All right, what's up, guys? We're live. Big 11 game Wednesday slate tonight. So far news-wise today, it's been a kind of quiet day. I thought we'd have like a lot of bombs drop in today with all the COVID news and stuff, but so far there's not been any crazy like random guys ruled out. But we are still waiting on some pretty big question marks like Joel Embiid is questionable, Paul George is still questionable. We did get word Christian Wood's out, so that's confirmed. The other one, though, that is really important is Chris Middleton is questionable. So Chris Middleton, Joel Embiid, kind of the key question marks right now, and there's some other ones as well, but those are the really important ones that are going to change a lot, if those guys are out. And as always, we could get some random bombs and stuff during the stream, but we're just waiting on Middleton news, and we're waiting on Joel Embiid news. Both those teams play at 8 o'clock, I believe. Let's see. Milwaukee plays at 8. Philly plays at 7. So we might have some Embiid news pretty soon. But yeah, guys, it's a big slate tonight. If you have questions for tonight's slate, you can start throwing those in chat. We're going to go live. We'll be live for about 25, 30 minutes. Answer your questions and, talk through everything. See a lot of you guys posting in the chat. You did well last night. We love to hear that, baby. Who do you like with Hero out? Yeah, Tyler Hero did get ruled out earlier today. That he was questionable heading into today. So now that Hero's out, I mean, man, like Miami is so thin. No Jimmy Butler, no Bam, no Hero. Obviously, Victor Oladipo's still out. Caleb Martin's out. Markieff Morris is out. They only have 10 available players, and one of those players is Udonis Haslem. So I don't even know if Udonis Haslem gets minutes. Like he might not even get minutes. So they could run like a 9-man rotation, maybe 8-man rotation. So like Kyle Lowry, I think is a really strong option. He's going to get a lot of usage. If the game stays close, I think Lowry could crush. He's going to play a lot of minutes. I'm not going to play PJ Tucker, but like value-wise, I think Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, like these are guys you can definitely throw darts at. They're in play for value because obviously, without Hero, a lot of minutes available. Okay, we did just get word that Evan Mobley is out. So yeah, Evan Mobley was questionable. He's out now. I mean, now that Evan Mobley's out, that does open up some stuff from Cleveland. Obviously, great matchup here against the Rockets. I think Jared Allen gets a bump. I think he's priced appropriately at 8,300, but Jared Allen definitely like him more now that Mobley's out. And I think Kevin Love, 4,800. I doubt they start Kevin Love. Dean Wade going to start for Mobley. So yeah, they're not going to start Kevin Love, but I think Kevin Love will probably play a few more minutes. Kevin Love's been great point per minute wise this year. I mean, when he's gotten minutes, he's been really productive. So yeah, Kevin Love's kind of in play now with Mobley out, and I think Jared Allen gets a bump too. And I want to check their Prize Picks projection, so let me go over to Prize Picks real quick. So Prize Picks has Jared Allen projected for 39 fantasy points. I kind of like that over. I think that's a pretty accurate projection. But yeah, if you want to take the over on Jared Allen, 39 fantasy points on Prize Picks, now that Mobley's out, I think that's something you can definitely do. I think Darius Garland maybe benefits a little bit, but Jared Allen's the guy that definitely gets the bump here now that Mobley's out. Beal or Lowry, I'm struggling heavily with that choice. Give me Lowry, Give me Lowry. Favorite values. With Christian Wood out, I think Şengün's a really good value. I don't know if Şengün's going to start, but regardless, he's been a great point per minute player this year. So 4,500, probably plays at least mid to high 20s minutes. Matchup against Cleveland's not great, but Şengün's just been so productive this year when he's gotten minutes. Without Christian Wood, you would think he's going to get a lot of run. So I definitely like Şengün for value. From Cleveland, Kevin Love's kind of on my radar now for value. Larry Nance, we talked about in my video yesterday. He's been starting, been getting good minutes. He's still pretty cheap. I kind of like him for value. Mo Bamba was ruled out for Orlando, and they're going to start Chuma Okeke. So if you want to go to Chuma Okeke as a value, he's 3,200. Like he's on my radar too. There should be a good amount of value today, and we're still waiting for like Embiid news. We're still waiting for PG news. Middleton, so there could be even more value open up. But I would say right now, thanks for the content, Noah, very solid. I appreciate that, Casey. I'll be honest with you, Casey, I would not build my lineups that way. I would never build my lineups forcing players in from the late games. Just play who you like and don't worry about what time their game starts. In the end, you're all rostering 8 players. It doesn't matter if your 8 players all play at 7 o'clock. It doesn't matter if your 8 players all play at 10 o'clock. The time of the game does not matter. But if you're looking from somebody in the late game, I mean, there'll definitely be some interest on the Clippers side if Paul George gets ruled out. So, if Paul George is out, you could play Marcus Morris or Terrence Mann or Luke Kennard. Dame I kind of like as a tournament option. I think he's viable. But I'll be honest with you, I would not build my lineups that way. Like, don't force players in from the late game just to, just because. Any Rockets players you like? Yeah, Şengün I like a lot. I think Jae'Sean Tate, like if this game stays close, I think Jae'Sean Tate has a lot of upside. I am worried about the blowout, but I think Jae'Sean Tate at 5,800 is a pretty solid play. I think Daniel Tice will get more minutes without Christian Wood. He's pretty cheap. He's on my radar for value. KJ Martin should play a little bit more. He's 3,600. I think the Rockets have 10 available players today, so they should be running, somewhat of a tight rotation. The blowout is a concern, but like some of these guys would probably still play in a blowout. Like I think Şengün would still play in a blowout. I think KJ Martin would still play in a blowout. So yeah, there's definitely value to go to from Houston. I mean, their most expensive player is Jae'Sean Tate, and he's 5,800, so that should tell you all you need to know. What's up, Michael? Let's get it tonight, baby. Let's get it. So a relaxing beat. We like to hear that. We like to hear that. Thoughts on LeBron and Holiday? I mean, now that Anthony Davis is playing, I don't love LeBron. But Drew Holiday, yeah, especially if Middleton's out, Drew's a great play. I mean, obviously, without Giannis, Drew and Middleton are great plays in general. But especially if Middleton doesn't play either. Would love Drew. Thanks, Noah. You the Truth won $500 off of $1 last night. Anthony, that is awesome, man. That's a 500x ROI. You love to see that, baby. 500 off of 1. That's crazy, man. Congrats. Drew Holiday or Lowry on Yahoo? Give me Drew. Favorite plays from the Rockets tonight? Yeah, we just answered that. Şengün, Tate, Tice, like those guys. Definitely Şengün, my favorite Rocket for sure. Who's your favorite spend-up option with Hero out, Kyle Lowry a lock? I would not say that Kyle Lowry is a lock. I think Lowry's a good play. I wouldn't say he's a lock. Favorite spend-up option? I mean, it's got to be Jokic at this point. I think every slate Jokic is on, he's going to be a top pay-up option. Best game to target tonight? I mean, the Spurs and Hornets game should be like one of the fastest paced games on the slate. It should be high scoring, should be competitive. So that's a good game to target, but like I don't really game stack on, in NBA, and especially not on an 11 game slate. I'm not going to game stack. Hey, no, what's up? Good luck tonight. Hey, William, good luck to you, man. Good luck to you. You crushed it again last night. Noah, you are on fire. Hey, Graham, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, we had a lot of good takes yesterday. Obviously yesterday was kind of crazy with the Harden news. Harden getting ruled out like 20, 30 minutes before the game started, then KD getting ruled in. I mean, yesterday for a 3-game slate, God, that was just unreal. And of course, I streamed early yesterday because I had to go to a family dinner, so I left the house like an hour before lock. I didn't think we were going to have any crazy news break, and of course, all this news breaks, so I'm having to update all my Patreon content on my phone at the dinner table yesterday. It was just not fun, but it's part of the game, man. It's how NBA DFS, you got to always be ready. I'll say that. You think Kevin Love gets more minutes? Mobley's ruled out? Yeah, I think he does. He's not starting, but I still think he plays more. I'll say that. Hey, flip about Porzingis, 42 over under fantasy points on prospects. I don't have a strong lean there, Julian. I would probably take the over if I had to pick a side. I know Prospects is running a promo with Porzingis today. If he gets like one block, basically you get like a payout boost if you have Porzingis in any of your entries. So I know people are kind of looking for props to do with Porzingis. I think going over on his fantasy points is fine. I like the over on his rebounds the most, I think. And B went through shoot around today. I didn't see that, but yeah, if he did, then probably means he's playing. Best options if Paul George is out. I mean, I don't think there'd be like a ton of great plays from the Clippers because all these guys have been priced up a good amount. But like at 5,400, I think Marcus Morris would still be playable. I think Terrence Mann would still be playable. But like Reggie Jackson's almost 7K now. It's a tough matchup against the Jazz. Like I don't think I'd be running to swap to these guys. Like if we get news after lock that PG's out, I'm not going to be rushing to roster these Clippers guys just because I don't think at their price points they're like great plays. I think they're all in play, but they're not like must plays in my opinion. They are cheaper on Yahoo though. If you play on Yahoo, those Clippers look a lot better there. You still like Lowry at 8K? I do, especially with Hero out. I think Lowry's definitely in play. Favorite shooting guard on Yahoo? It's probably Brandon Ingram if you can fit him. Probably Brandon Ingram. Holiday or Lowry? Give me Drew. That's close. Best center under 4,500? Well, Şengün's 4,500, so if you can play Şengün, play Şengün. Is Jokic a priority play? Right now, in my main kind of dummy lineup, Jokic is not in my main lineup. It's a scary guy to not be playing at this point. But like if Embiid gets ruled out, if we get value, then I'll definitely be trying to get Jokic in. But right now, Jokic is not in my main lineup. So I guess I wouldn't consider him a priority play, but he's still a great play, obviously. I mean, Jokic is just crushing every freaking night. You like Okeke and Tice? I think both are viable, yes. I don't have a strong lean there. I think Okeke has a higher minute ceiling. I think production-wise, Tice is probably a more productive player. Not a strong lean there. I think both guys are definitely in play if you're punting, though, if you're looking for a punt play. I did want to update ownership and see if Okeke is getting a lot of love. So the ownership hasn't updated yet. Okeke is projecting really well, though. He's projected for 28.5 minutes, and he's 23 fantasy points. So, 3,200. He's going to project really well. I think Tice is projecting pretty decent, too. Şengün, Love, or Osman? Şengün for me. J-Val or Allen? Yeah, I still like J-Val a lot. I think, obviously, now that, Mobley's out, I think Jared Allen gets a bump, too. Man, I would probably still take J-Val there. I think J-Val's a really good tournament play, but that's definitely close, Jay. Şengün going to be highly owned. Only thing I worry about is foul trouble. Yeah, Şengün has had a big issue with fouls this year. That is definitely a concern. I will say that. I think if Şengün does stay out of foul trouble, though, he's got a lot of upside. He's such a good point per minute player that if he plays 26, 28 minutes, he's very likely to produce at a high rate and be good at his salary. What's the difference between tournament and cash games? Tournaments are like, let's see. So the 400K fadeaway, 100K to first. This contest pays out 25% of the prize pool goes to first place. If you look at the contest details, 20% get paid. So, yeah, I mean, tournaments are basically a contest where 20% gets paid. Cash games are 50-50s, head-to-heads, double-ups, where 40-50% of the field gets paid. That's the easiest way to explain it. And the way you're building lineups for those contests should definitely be different. Your lineup construction for a cash game should be different than what you play in a tournament. You like Cam Reddish at 3,800 now off minutes restriction? I think Cam Reddish is viable. Not like a top value for me, but playable. I'll say that. Yeah, Bobby Portis is definitely in play. I mean, those main Bucks guys, Bobby Portis, Drew, Middleton, if he plays. I mean, all those guys look good with Giannis out. Sorry to hear about your Knowles today. Brutal, man. #1 recruit in the nation was, committed to Florida State a while back, and today he switched on us. It's brutal, man. Nothing can go right for Florida State at this point. Even when we get a good recruit, he leaves. You hate to see it. And I saw they signed Norvell to a contract extension. I don't know how to feel about that. Any interest in Kendrick Williams if he starts for Dort? Yeah, he would definitely be playable. Kendrick Williams is a pretty good point per minute player. If he were to start, I would definitely have interest in him as a value. Please talk me off of Connaughton on Yahoo. I think Connaughton's in play on Yahoo. I would say that if Middleton's out, I would definitely like Connaughton more. But I think without Giannis, Connaughton's in play. Şengün or Nance? Give me Şengün. Lowry or SGA? Lowry. J-Val or Allen? Again, J-Val for me, but that's a close one. Like Avery Bradley at all? Not really, man. I know he should probably play more, without Malik Monk and without THT, but God, Avery Bradley, just such a low upside player. I know he had a good game recently, but man, I don't want to chase that. Strus starting in a good value. I think Strus is definitely in play. Did we get a starting lineup for Miami? I don't think we have a starting lineup for Miami yet, but if Strus does wind up starting, he'd be a good value. But I think they're probably just going to start Gabe Vincent like they've been doing. But Strus should play more with with a hero out. Which value guard are you most interested in from Houston? Augustine, Brooks, or Christopher? Probably Brooks there if you can fit him. I want to see what they do with the starting lineup. I think Houston's starting lineup is going to be really important. Obviously, they're missing 2 starters. Christian Wood's out. Eric Gordon's out. So we're going to have to see what they do with the starting lineup. I think even if Brooks comes off the bench, he'd probably still be the guy to play there. Yeah, I think Dean Wade is playable now that he's starting for Evan Mobley. He's minimum salary, or he's not even minimum salary. He's 3,700. I mean, we've seen Dean Wade when he makes these spot starts, he just he can just really disappoint. They still have a good amount of bodies, so I don't think Dean Wade's a great value play. But I guess now that he is starting, he's at least playable. But yeah, I don't think I'd be too excited about Dean Wade, even though he's starting. Would you go balance today and fade bigs despite the value? I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see what other value opens up. If we get if we get Embiid out and then Drummond opens up as a value, then it's gonna be kind of like a stars and scrubs type slate. For now, I don't think you have to jam in these top guys like Jokic or LeBron or anything, but Depends on what value we get. Okay, we did just get word Chris Middleton's out. Okay, that's pretty big. All right, I'm going to take the over on Drew and Middleton on Prize Picks. I was waiting for that Middleton news, and now that he's out, I think Drew and Bobby Portis, excuse me, I think their overs look really good on Prize Picks. I'm taking them. I gotta find some other things to pair them with though. Let me see. I mean, Drew and Portis, man, they're gonna crush. I think I'm gonna take Pat Connaughton's points. I saw his points were at like 13.5. Let me see if they've changed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do Pat Connaughton points, Drew and Bobby Portis fantasy points, and then what else can we do? Gotta find something from a different team. We'll take Jared Allen. If Jared Allen's still on the board, 39 fantasy points, let's just take that. Let's get it in. We gotta go quick before they take this off the board. Oh, Jared Allen went up to 41. Damn. Fuck. I don't know if I want to take it now. I'm doing it. I'm taking it still. Nah. God, 41, man. That's high. Fuck. This is what happens, guys. This is what I go through when I make these prize pick entries. I have to like think on the blue. I have to be really quick too, because they are quick to take this shit off. You have to beat them. Fuck, man. I don't know what to do with this. Damn it. I think we'll take Brunson, man. I think we'll do Brunson's fancy points. All right, there we go. Running that. All right, so I took, on Prize Picks, if you guys want to tell me, I took Drew, Bobby Portis fantasy points, I took Pat Connaughton points, and I took Jalen Brunson fantasy points. I'm doing a 4-pick power play. If you guys want to tell me, I just got that entry in. I don't know if they're going to take Portis and Drew off the board. I think Prize Picks was assuming Middleton be out. So I don't even know if they're going to take him off the board. But we'll see. Or if those projections are even going to go up a little bit. But yeah, man, now that Middleton's out, like, God, this Milwaukee team is going to be so shorthanded. Because they're missing Giannis. They're missing DiVincenzo, who is expected to play today. They're missing DeMarcus Cousins. Wesley Matthews is out. Semi Ojeleye is still out. So they have, like, I'm assuming the starting lineup will be Drew, Portis, Connaughton, Allen, Thanasis maybe? Or maybe Mamu Kalashvili will start. But, like, God, they don't have a ton of bodies. We're going to have to wait and see, like, how many active players they have. I mean, Milwaukee's going to run a tight rotation, I think. And Drew and Portis are going to dominate the usage, man. Like, Drew might go for 50 tonight. He should go for 50, honestly. And that's why I took his over. Yeah, I was not expecting Middleton to be out. I thought Middleton would play. Okay, that's going to change some stuff. I'm going to have to update my Patreon content in a little bit, but we'll get that fixed when we hop off the stream. We're not going to be live for too much longer. Yeah, I did power play. So let me see if they're still on the board. I'm going to refresh one more time. If you guys want to tell me what I just put in. So that, yeah, they still haven't changed. So this is what I put in. Let me see. I'll go to my entries. So I took Drew fantasy points, Bobby Portis fantasy points, Pat Connaughton points, and Jalen Brunson fantasy points. I'm doing a 4-pick power play. So I've got this in. I know a lot of you guys play Prize Picks. If you want to tell me, we can ride this together. This is what I got in. And I did another 4-pick power play, but I'm not going to share that one. Got to keep some stuff for the Patreon members. But I got this one in because Middleton was out, because I didn't expect Middleton to be out. Would you play Portis or pay $5 more for Allen on Yahoo? Man, like, I think Portis looks great now without Middleton too, so I think I would take Portis. I mean, Portis and Drew are great plays, man. It's going to be hard to not consider them great plays. Have you seen you just as flustered as I get? Like, this is what you guys don't see. Like, when I'm not on camera, this is how it is. Like, this news hits, and I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, okay, what do I do? What do I get in? I got to hurry. I got to be quick. Especially if you play Prize Picks, because you got to, if you want to get those entries in, you have to beat them before they take it off. I went over on Bobby and Drew's fantasy points, then over on Porzingis rebounds so I can get the boost from the... yeah, Blake, you could definitely do that. I probably should have done that, honestly. But yeah, I like that as well. Favorite pay-up option that's not Jokic? It's probably like Trae Young or Deontay would probably be like my next favorite options. I think the mid-range is really strong today, though. Like, I think there's a lot of good plays in the 8K, 7K range. You know, you got J-Val, Porzingis, Jared Allen, Lowry. You got the Milwaukee guys, Portis and Drew. So I don't think I'm going to be jamming in like Jokic or any studs today, but outside of Jokic, I would say like Trey and Deontay are my two favorite pay-ups next to him. Yeah, Grayson Allen. I think Grayson Allen's in play for value now. I mean, they're just so thin. Milwaukee is. So, like, Grayson Allen's in play. Pat Connaughton's a good play. Drew and Bobby Portis, though, are like the clear top options from the Bucks. And we'll have to wait and see what they do with the starting lineup. That could definitely change some things, too. Power play over flex play on prize picks? Yeah, I lean that way. I always do power plays every single time. Is Holiday in or COVID? You talking about Drew Holiday? Drew Holiday's playing. Justin Holiday? I don't know about Justin Holiday. I think he's in. He's questionable. He's with the team now. He's not. His conditioning's not up, but he's questionable. I don't think Justin Holiday, even if he plays, I don't think that matters too much. Telling you know what? Let's fucking go. Hey Robert, let's get it, baby. Let's get it. If all you tell me, hopefully we can win that entry. Take some of Prize Picks money tonight. All right, boys. I think I'm out of here. I wish you guys the best of luck tonight. It's a big slate. We're still waiting for Embiid news, which is pretty big. You know, keep an eye on that. Obviously, if Embiid gets ruled out, you guys know Andre Drummond would be probably the best value play on the slate. But I think that's it. You know, now that we got Middleton news, we're really just waiting for Embiid, who's questionable, which is huge. But yeah, that's it, guys. Best of luck tonight. I appreciate you guys being here. We will be back tomorrow, as usual, an hour before lock. I'll see you guys then. Good luck. Bye, everybody.